Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Recently, I got a couple of requests to talk about fresh and fruity fragrances. One of you requested that I talk about fresh and fruity fragrances that have this like really refreshing and water-like quality, and another of you asked for me to talk about freshies that perform very well. So I thought I'd combine those two concepts into one video and talk about some fresh and fruity fragrances that are long-lasting. If you're interested, please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for another one. If you're new here, on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like today's video. I talk a little bit about lifestyle here and there, and I share some encouragement in every single video. So if any of those things sound good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. Oh, by the way, all of the fragrances I'll be showing you today are a part of my Arabian perfume collection. If you want to see a designer and niche version of this video, comment down below. The first fragrance I'll be talking about today is La Fleur Bouquet by Afnan. This one here is a fruity, juicy fragrance that has a beautiful floral presence. The florals are kind of like the star of this fragrance, but because of that like candy-like fruitiness, I feel like the florals are very effervescent and very bright in this fragrance. This one is a super duper bright fragrance. It's so pretty, it's so feminine, it's so refreshing. I love throwing this on when I just want to smell like sweet flowers.
La Fleur Bouquet has orange blossom, jasmine, and peony at the top. Middle notes consist of bergamot, lychee, and peach, and oak moss, potalia, and musk make up the base.
In my opinion, I think this is a beautiful performer. It lasts all day long on the clothes. It's a moderate projector, so for me personally, I don't get more than an arm's length of projection from this one, but the lasting power is where it shines. It lasts all day long. It'll still be on my clothes after the clothes have been in the hamper. That's how amazing this is in terms of performance. This one in particular reminds me of Armani My Way, especially in the opening. So if you enjoy the DNA of the Armani My Way fragrances, I think you will really love this one. Not only does it smell incredible, the lasting power is there, and it just smells like a quality fragrance. This is Afnan's La Fleur Bouquet. So speaking of fragrances that smell like designer perfumes and perform extremely well, this next one is so impressive. This is Lattafa's Watery. This is one of my newest fragrances and also one of my newest fragrance obsessions. It is delightful. It is so beautiful. This is like a bright, dewy smelling fragrance with a fruity backdrop. In my opinion, this one is more fruit dominant than La Fleur Bouquet. So if you are into fruits, specifically perfumes that have a watery fruit, this perfume is exactly that. It is gorgeous.
Watery's top notes consist of dewdrop and passion flower. At the middle of the fragrance, we have jasmine and orchid, and vanilla and amberwood make up the base notes.
Performance-wise, depending on how much I spray this one, it can give me more than an arm's length of projection, and I get that projection for several hours. In terms of the lasting power, this is another one that lasts all day long and will still be on my clothes when I get ready to throw them in the washing machine. So I'm really satisfied when it comes to the performance for this one. If you are familiar with the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid perfume, if you enjoy that DNA, a lot of people enjoy this one because they feel like it's a spot-on dupe for that fragrance. And while I don't feel like this one is a spot-on dupe, I feel like it's close enough. If you enjoy one, you will definitely enjoy the other. This is Lattafa's Watery. The next one I wanted to talk about is another Lattafa fragrance. This is Lattafa's Anom Gold. So for those of you who are into marshmallow scents, this one is a very beautiful, bright and fresh smelling marshmallow type of scent. I don't know how they do it, but they definitely combine all of those elements into one fragrance. Not only that, this one is stunning when it comes to projection and longevity. This one will project for more than an arm's length, and it'll project that way for several hours. And this one is another one that I think lasts all day long on the clothes. The performance on this one is absolutely impressive. It's so good. Not to mention, it's one of those fragrances that is a little addictive. When I start wearing this one, I cannot put it down. I feel the same way about Watery as well.
At the top of Anom Gold, we have pear and mandarin orange. At the mid, we have some candy-like accords. We have rose and jasmine, and raspberry, musk, and vanilla make up the base notes.
This one smells like what a princess would wear. It's very bright and airy and it smells very pretty, but it's also fluffy and sweet. But what I love about this fragrance is it doesn't get too sweet. It's not anything that is nauseatingly sweet. It's just the right amount of sweetness with the perfect balance of notes. This is Lattafa's Anom Gold. So the next fragrance is for those of my friends that may not enjoy fruity fragrances or candy-like fragrances. Maybe you're into florals, maybe you love a rose. This one is a beautiful fragrance that is very fresh and is rose dominant, but also has a little bit of interest to it. This is Al Haramain's Dune Rose. When it is super duper hot and I want to smell fresh and just clean the entire day, this is a fragrance that I know I can count on because it has never let me down. This one is the most beautiful combination of rosy notes and some balsamic notes. It has a beautiful liqueur. There are some nutty notes in here. It's just a gorgeous combination of notes. This one is a dupe for Blossom Love by Amouage. It does have like a touch of fruitiness in the very opening, but it's not fruit dominant. Instead, this one is more rosy. The liqueur is very dominant and prominent in here. It's very nutty and it's also powdery. So if you don't like powdery fragrances, you may want to stay away from this one because it is extremely powdery, but in the best way possible. It's the perfect blend of the powdery notes with the nuttiness and the liqueur and some sweetness. It is so good. And although this one is not necessarily juicy or fruity or water-like, it's very fresh smelling. So if you want something that's fresh, that's beast mode, and is gonna last you until you wash your clothes, and maybe even after the clothes come out of the wash, this is that fragrance.
The top notes for Dune Rose consist of bergamot, ylang ylang, and cherry blossom. At the mid, we have some powdery accords, some amaretto, rose, and heliotrope. And at the base, we have suede, tonka bean, and amber.
It's a bargain. I've barely made a dent in this because a little goes a long way. And I've had it for a while now, well over a year. I would highly recommend this if you're into rose and powdery scents, or if you don't mind powdery scents and you don't mind rose and you want to check it out, because this one is beautiful. This is Al Haramain's Dune Rose. And last but certainly not least is another new addition to my perfume collection, and this is one that is swoon worthy. I absolutely love this fragrance. I know when I put this on, it's going to be on until I get back home, no matter how long I'm out. That is how incredible this one is in terms of performance. This one also projects very, very far, more than an arm's length, even if you may not think so. I tend to go nose blind to this fragrance. This is Opulent Dubai by Lattafa. There is something so extremely special about this fragrance. Every time I have it on, I get compliments. It is so absolutely beautiful. It projects very far, but it's not overwhelming. It's not doing too much.
Opulent Dubai consists of mango, grapefruit, ginger, and lemon at the top. At the mid, we have cedarwood, violet, and jasmine. And the base notes consist of some woody accords, benzoin, ambergris, and oak moss.
And the way that this performs is it's almost like an aura as opposed to having on a fragrance. The muskiness and the ambergris in here are just absolutely beautiful. This one makes me feel like I smell good without doing too much. This one is such a stunning performer in the summer heat when it's hot and humid. I've worn this out on several occasions when it's been really hot, and it's left me feeling like I smell like $1,000,000, but also fresh and clean. So I love the way this makes me feel. It smells so expensive. It projects. It's light and bright and musky and fresh. The mango note in here is just absolutely gorgeous, and then it has a little bit of some balsamic touches, a hint of some woody notes on the dry down, so that it smells absolutely sophisticated. If you are looking for a fresh fragrance that's going to go the distance, that smells super duper expensive, smells intoxicating and addictive, all while being super duper affordable, I would highly recommend this fragrance. It is so beautiful. This is Opulent Dubai by Lattafa. All right, gorgeous. Thank you so much for still being here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. That helps my channel continue to grow and to reach other fragrance lovers like ourselves. Before we part ways today, I want to thank you for being here, and I want to remind you it is never too late to start something new. Also, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. I'm currently in a season of my life where I'm working to improve myself in a lot of different areas. And as I work to improve those areas, I'm discovering my purpose is also morphing and changing. And not necessarily my purpose, but the steps that I need to take, the activities that I need to engage in as it relates to my purpose. So in essence, what I've realized is that my purpose is so much bigger than I had realized. And I wouldn't have come to this realization if I were too afraid to work on improving myself, if I were too afraid to start new things, if I were too afraid to just take the first step. So I wanted to encourage you today that it is never too late to start something new, to reinvent yourself, to work on yourself, and to go after what God has for you and what you feel led by Him to do. I hope that encourages you as it did me as I sort of came to this realization. And as always, I will be over here reflecting on the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!